first of all, listen, it's an honor, and this is certainly long overdue, so it is certainly an honor to be standing here in front of this distinguished group of men and women. I'll say this, last night, I was very honored to get to go to the presidential debate. That was the first one that I've ever been to. And so I was sitting there, and one of the topics that came up, of course, as it usually does, was our national defense. And you know, of course, knowing that I had this event today, and it was hard for me to not think about, you know, last night, that doesn't happen without you all. And so I want to say a heartfelt thank you. And I hope you all do understand that this is for you all. This is for us as a community to simply say thank you. And for you to know that while sometimes it may seem like it's very unthankful, we are very thankful that you all have answered the call. I went back and looked, and I guess it was back in the 1800s, the war with Mexico is when they asked for Tennessee to send, you know, a couple thousand troops, and I think we ended up sending 38,000 Tennesseans. And so I can tell you that volunteerism is alive and well today, sitting in this room. So I do want to say thank you very much. Corky, thank you. Thank you for organizing this, you and the ladies and the community, everybody needs it, everybody. It's taking everybody. Food City, thank you for being here. I tell you, it's just, it's a humbling experience when you go to Nashville and you represent folks just as yourself. And so I want to let you know that, you know, I always want to be that voice because I want you to know that you're always at the forefront of what I do because you are our community. You certainly are. So I want to say thank you. So I guess we'll get into the presentation now, if that's okay. And I'm going to ask, if it would be all right as I do this, I'm going to ask the Colonel if you will come back up here. I appreciate you. Anybody else you want to come up?
A couple local boys here, man.
And since the mayor was short and sweet, he yielded his time to me, so I'm going to read this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this proclamation says, whereas our nation was conceived by individuals who were willing to sacrifice their personal safety and concerns to ensure our individual and collective freedom. And the volunteer state is especially proud to be the home of so many valiant men and women who have performed above and beyond the call of duty. And whereas many fine and honorable traditions have arisen from the deep wellspring of honor and bravery possessed by Tennesseans, there is no finer tradition than that which gave Tennessee its nickname. And whereas established in 1887 by an act of the 45th General Assembly, the Tennessee National Guard is a dedicated collection of the finest men and women this state has to offer. Whereas the soldiers of the 278th Armored Cavalry Regiment of Tennessee Army National Guard are especially deserving of our deepest admiration and thanks for their valiant service. And whereas headquartered in Knoxville, the 278th Armored Cavalry Regiment includes units located across Tennessee, including in the communities of Kingsport, Rogersville, and Greenville, who have performed their duties with honor, distinction, and profound regard for the importance of their roles. Whereas their service stands as an enduring example of all the characteristics that have ensured the continued freedom of our nation and the preservation of its ideals over the course of our history. And whereas it is appropriate that we recognize the brave and noble members of the 278th Armored Cavalry Regiment as they have made untold and innumerable personal sacrifices to preserve the liberties we enjoy today and will continue to cherish for generations to come. Now therefore, and again this was passed by the Senate, I, Randy McNally, Speaker of the Senate of the 111th General Assembly of the State of Tennessee, in conjunction with the undersigned, do hereby proclaim that we honor and commend the members of the 278th Armored Cavalry Regiment, Tennessee Army National Guard, for their valiant service for our state and nation. Gentlemen, thank you all very much. With that said, I would like to present the proclamation.
He masked for a second. There you go.
Don't breathe.